Hello everyone, myself Professor A.S. Mochi, Department of Agriculture Entomology, Kekewa College of Agriculture, Nasik. Today we are going to learn about the another next topic of your syllabus, that is the pest of minor millets. As you know, the which are the different crop includes in the minor millets. In that minor millets includes finger millets, pear millets, proso millet, foxtail millet, barnyard millets, kodo millets, etc. It means that today we are discuss on the pest which infest on these are infest on these different millets crop. Let us see which are the different pests which infest on the millet crops. Here, this is these are the different pests which infest on the finger millet crops. In that, the pest is categorized into different category according to their feeding habits. In that, the first one is sucking pest, then stem borers, then earhead feeders, then defoliators and subterranean pest. Okay, let us see one by one, the major pest which infest on the finger millet crop. This is the first and major pest of near about all the cereal crops. Here the name is pink stem borer. Actually, the pest name itself indicate that it is a pink stem borer. Why is called as pink? Because the larval stage of this pest is pink in color. Then why is called as stem borer? Because the damaging stage of this pest, it is a caterpillar, and the caterpillar it is feeding inner content of the stems, hence known as the stem borer. Okay, the scientific name is Sesamia inferens, and it is one of the Lepidopteran pests. Hence, the Lepidoptera it is the one of the higher orders. Hence, they have a complete metamorphosis. Hence, they are four life stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. After male-female mating, the female moth of the pink stem borer lay their eggs in batches in between the leaf sheath and the stem of the plant. Then after the hatching from the eggs, the caterpillar it start their feeding and it feeding inner content of the stem. Then after that, the caterpillar goes into the pupation and the pupation takes place or occurs inside the stem. Then now, how the caterpillar is feeding actually in the field condition on the different millets crop. After the hatching from the eggs, the caterpillar enter into the main stem and it is feeding inner content of the stems and causing a one characteristic symptoms, that symptoms called as dead heads. The dead heads it is at the, we can say that at the development stage, and next symptom it is white ears, and the white ears it is caused at the reproductive states. After the complete development of the larva goes into the pupation inside the stem, and uh, before going into the pupation, the larva makes a number of holes or bore holes on the stem to escape the adult. Here in this picture you can see there are the number of the bore holes present on the stems, and around that bore hole the phases is also accumulate. This is the characteristic symptoms. Okay, then in this picture you can see there are the two major symptoms: the dead heads at the vegetative stage, and the chappy ear heads at the reproductive stage. It means that the chappy ear heads, it means it is the spikelets or the ear heads. We can say that the without grain or without grain filling or empty ear heads, and in locally language that empty ear heads is a nothing but the white ears. It's also called as white ears. These are the different symptoms which is produced due to the feeding of the caterpillar of pink stem borer due to their result of feeding. Then now, how we can manage the pink stem borer in all cereal crops? For monitoring purpose or for moth trapping purpose, we can install a sex pheromone trap in the field. It helps to monitoring and trapping purpose. Then removal and destruction of stubbles, because here the larval stage of this pest it is hibernate into the stubbles, and it is carry over into the next season. So due to the removal and destruction of stubbles, it will help to reduce their carryover stage. And then remove the affected shoots and dead heads, because in that dead heads there are the some of the caterpillar is there. Due to the destruction of the dead hairs, the caterpillar it will be reduced, or sorry, it will be destroyed. Then, if you go for biological control, the Trichogramma minutum, Teleonomus species, and the tachinid fly are the three important egg parasitoids which is effective against the pink stem borer. And the Apentalis flavipus Bracon chinensis are the two major larval parasitoids. It is very effective against the caterpillar of the pink stem borer. Then if you go for the chemical control, these are the different recommended chemicals to control or to spray in the various millets crop to avoid or to reduce the infestation of pink stem borer. Then the next pest of the finger millets is that root aphid. It is the hemipteran pest, and it is hemipteran pest. Hence, they have a incomplete metamorphosis, and they have a three life stages: egg, nymphs, and adult. The egg laying of this, here the egg laying, or instead of the egg laying, the female aphid it is reproduced by means of parthenogenetically. It means that the female aphid it gives birth to the young one directly instead of egg laying. Then after that, the here in this picture you can see the nymphs and adult. Here the nymphs and adult both are damaging stages of this pest, and the mouth parts of the both nymphs and adult having a piercing and sucking type of mouth parts. Let us see how these both nymphs and adult actually feeding in the field condition. Here in this picture you can see the both nymphs and adult it is congregated on the or inside the ground on the roots, and they suck the cell sap from that roots portion, and as a result of feeding, in case of severe infestation, the plants gradually fade or dry, and the drying patches is also occurs in the infested fields. And then infested plants turn pale yellow in color and become stunted, and while in case of severe infestation, wilting and drying is also occurs. The main identification of the infestation of this pest, how we can identify: here the black ants attend them for honeydew, and their presence confirmed to the root aphid attack, because during feeding or while feeding, both nymphs and adult it excrete a honeydew like substance or sugary material, and due to this sugary material, the black ants it is attracted towards that here. So this is the identification or identification of the infestation of this pest. Now how we manage this pest in the field condition? It is attacked from the soils. Hence, instead of spraying, we can apply the chemical, or we can apply the chemical in the dust formulation or the granule formulation. It means that soil application of the chemical is the best techniques to control the aphid population or root aphid population in the finger millets. Here the carbaryl, or we can also use the phorate for the soil application purpose. Then mixing crude oil in irrigation water is also effective. Then dimethoate emulsion may be drenched into the soil is also effective. Or in the biological control, we can also use the Verticillium leckeni in the as the purpose of the soil drenching. Okay. Then next pest is earhead caterpillar. It is also one of the Lepidopteran pests, and the caterpillar it is the damaging stage. Here there are the two major species of the earhead caterpillar which infest on the different millets crop. Here after the egg laying, or after the hatching from the eggs, the caterpillar it is directly attack on the we can say that the developing grains, and it feeding at the milky stage. It feeding on the developing grains. As a result of feeding, in case of severe infestation, the earhead become choppy in appearance, and also the waving of the earhead is also occurs. In this picture you can see here the waving can be seen, and also the damaged grains with the fecal pellets on the earheads is also occurs due to the feeding of the caterpillar in case of severe infestation. Here in this picture you can see here the larva attack on the developing grains and in the earheads, and the earheads become choppy in appearance. Then how we can manage the earhead caterpillar in the finger millets? For a proper intercropping and crop rotation also helps to reduce the infestation. Then adjust the sowing time and spacing is also important here. Then spray the malathion or carbaryl Then light trap will attract the adult moth, because here the all the moth is near about the nocturnal in habit, and due to the light trap they attract toward the light. Then we can also install the pheromone trap at the flowering stage. At that time, because at that flowering stage the moth is attracted toward the plants for the egg laying, and when you install the pheromone trap we can monitor the pest in the that field. Then next is grasshopper. There are the number of species of the grasshopper which are infest on near about all the cereal crops. Actually, the metamorphosis of the grasshopper is incomplete metamorphosis. Hence, they have a three life stages: egg, nymphs, and adult. After the male-female mating, the adult female grasshopper lay their eggs inside the soil in egg pods. Then, after hatching from the eggs, the nymphs emerge out, and the both nymphs and adult it is voraciously feeding on the leaves of near about all the cereal crops. And due to the feeding of the nymphs and adult, the irregular feeding on the leaf blade, it is one of the characteristic feeding habit of the grasshopper. And the in case of severe infestation as a result of feeding, the cattle graze appearance is found at severe infested field. In this picture you can see the cutting of the leaf tips. This is the one of the characteristic feeding habit of the both nymphs and adult of the grasshoppers. And then the carryover stage of this pest is also the eggs. Okay, then how we can manage the all types of the grasshoppers in the cereal crops? The clean cultivation is must, because near about all the grasshoppers which are feed on our field burns on the grasses at an initial condition. Then after that it is migrate toward the main crops. So the clean sanitation is most important. Or we can say that the trenching we can say that the trimming of the field burns. The trimming of the field burns helps to reduce the infestation of the grasshoppers. Then early sowing is also one of the best techniques to reduce the infestation of the grasshoppers. Then summer plowing, because here the egg laying is occurs inside the soil, and due to the summer plowing the egg pods of the grasshopper it will be destroyed. The spider is also one of the effective natural enemies. It is helps the spider it is attack or feed on the nymphs of the grasshoppers. Then if you go for the biological control, the Entomothora grylle it is one of the most used biological agents to control the grasshopper in field condition. Then next crop is pear millet. These are some of the major pests on the pear millets which near about infest the pear millet crops and reduce the economic yield loss. Here the first and major pest of the near about all the cereal crops, that is the shoot fly. The name itself indicates that it is the fly, and near about all the fly it is comes under the order of the Diptera. And if the pest is comes under the Diptera order, they have a four life stages: egg, maggots, pupa, and adult. Here the damaging stage of this pest is maggots. The egg laying takes place on the leaves, and after the egg laying the maggots is emerge out. Maggots it is nothing but the legless larva. Then maggots it is enter into the shoots, because the pest name itself indicate that it is the shoot fly. The maggots enter into the shoots and feeding inner content of the shoots. As a result of feeding, in case of severe infestation, the shoot become wither and dry and produce a one characteristic symptom, that is the dead hearts. Then after that the maggots it is goes into the pupation. The pupa it occur inside the stem. Then flies emerge out, and then flies complete their life cycle. Okay, then how we can manage this shoot fly in the all the cereal crops? For the monitoring purpose we can install a fish meal trap, because all near about all the flies it is attracted toward the rotten parts. Okay, so we can install the fish meal trap. Then we can use a imidacloprid chemical as a seed treatment. Then summer deploying is also helps, and then destroy the stubbles after the harvesting of the previous crops. And then spraying with dimethioates or neem seed kernel extract, it is also effective against the shoot fly. Then next pest of the bajra or fur millet is the hairy caterpillar. It is also the Lepidopteran pest. After the male female mating, the female moth lay their eggs on the surface of the leaves. Then after that, after hatching from the eggs, the caterpillar is emerged out. Why is called as a hairy caterpillar? Because the whole body of the caterpillar, it is covered with a spiny hairs, or we can say that the trichomes or hairs, hence the name is hairy caterpillar. And after that, after the development of the caterpillar goes into the pupation, and the pupation occurs in the soil. And then how the caterpillar, it is actually feeding in the field condition. After the hatching from the eggs, the larvae feed on the various plant parts. The larvae infest the crop at milky stage mostly, and feed on the developing grains or emerging panicles, and produce a chappy grains with a silky webbing, or webbing is also occurs. Excreta observed in the infested panicle. It means that this caterpillar, it is mostly attacked in pear millet or in bajra crop at the grain development stage. It attack on the milky stage and feeding on the developing grains. As a result of feeding, the earhead, it become empty, and chappiness is also occurs, and the webbing is also is there due to the severe infestation of this pest. Then how we can manage this caterpillar in the bajra crop? Here the proper crop rotation and intercropping is also effective. Then we can adjust the sowing time. Then spray the crop with malathion and carbaryl, it is also effective. Then for the monitoring purpose, we can install the light trap and the pheromone trap at the flowering stage. And then next and most major or important pest of the bajra is the blister beetle. Here the pest name is blister beetle. All the beetles, it is belongs to the order Coleoptera. Hence they have a 4 life stages: egg, grub, pupa and adult. The name is blister beetle. Why is called as blister beetle? Here in this picture you can see there are some of the swollen part of the blister is occurs on the human skins. Why this is so? Here if the adult of the blister beetle, it is rubbed with the human skins, it produces a one acidic yellow colored substance. The name is cantharidin, and this cantharidin, it is responsible for formation of blister on the human skins. Hence the name of the pest is blister beetle. After the male female mating, the female beetle lay their eggs inside the soil. Then after the hatching from the uh, eggs, the grub is emerge out. And the most important things about this pest is the grub is beneficial. Why is the grub is beneficial? The grub is feed on the eggs of grasshopper and locust inside the soil. Then pupation is also occur inside the soil. Then after the emergence of the adult, it is directly attack on the inflorescence of the various crop. There are the two major species of the blister beetle, Litta species and the Mylabris frustulata. Here only the adult or the beetle is the damaging stage of this pest. This beetle or the beetle or the adult, it is only affect or only feeding on the only one part of the various crops, that is the inflorescence. This beetle attack on the inflorescence and feeding on the pollens and petals of the flower, thus adversely affecting grain setting. Then in case of severe infestation, earheads remains without grains or empty earheads are formed, or partial sterility is caused due to the feeding of the beetle in the cereal crops. Okay, in this picture you can see the beetle, it is feeding on the inflorescence. Then how we can manage this pest? The one technique is by mechanical practices, that is the collection of beetles by manually or with the help of hand collection nets, and we can destroy in the kerosinized water. Then dusting is very effective against to control the beetles of this pest. We can dusting with the malathion dust, or also use the methyl parathion dust. With the help of this dusting, it will be reduce the infestation of this pest. Then the pest, next pest is a green sting bug. Here why is called a green sting bug? Here the adult of this bug, it look like in a green in color. Then now the scientific name of this pest is Neisseria viridula, and it is the hemipterum pest, and hence all the hemipterum pests having an incomplete metamorphosis. Hence they have a 3 life stages: eggs, nymphs and adult. The egg laying of the pest is takes place on the loose, and after that, after the hatching from the eggs, there are the nymphal stages emerge out, and there are 4 nymphal instar is there. In this picture you can see this is the first instar nymph, then second instar nymph, third instar nymph and fourth instar nymph. After that the finally adult is formed. Here the both nymphs and adult are the damaging stages of this pest, and the both nymphs and adult it is feeding in the bajra crop or near about all these cereal crops, and they suck these cells up from the developing grains and form a spotted black and shriveling. Then stinking smell emanates from the bugs, because the characteristics of this pest is that when you disturb this pest or the nymphs and adult of this pest, they produce a one bad smell odor, or we can say that the offensive smell is nothing but the one of the we can say that the chemicals it is produced by this pest, it is helps to avoid their natural enemies from the pest. Okay. Then here in this picture you can see how the both nymphs and adult it is suck the cells up from the developing grains. Okay. Then how we can manage this green stink bug? Here in this picture the Trichopoda penipus, it is one of the species of the tachinid fly, and it is also we can say that the one of the effective parasitoids against the green sting bug. Okay. Then if we go for the chemical control, we can use the carbaryl malathion for the spraying or dusting purpose. Okay, these are the different major and major pest of the all the millets which reduce the yield in the actually our field condition. Okay, thank you.